Hey everybody, welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. I'm excited tonight because Nicole Deward did a presentation on the transformation process. And she did it for her team who could be on, and I got to see it. And I loved it. And it really made an impact on many of her teammates. I'm sure they're on the call tonight. And so I asked her if I could share the video with you, the playback with you. And then I said, well, let's just do it live. So Nicole, I'm going to go ahead and make you the host. And let's see if we can do that. And then you can share your screen. And let me see this. So Nicole Deward, I'm going to unmute you and I'm going to make you the host. And now you're on. And so now you can share your screen.
Excellent. There we go. Well, excellent. Thank you, Susan. I am excited to share. I have to admit that right out the gate that this idea wasn't necessarily my own, in that one of our pastors of our church a couple weeks ago shared a message, and it really spoke to me. And I, just like with a lot of things in our business, I find that it's very applicable to other areas of our life. And so that's why coaching is so important, because it's not just about where we are in our health, it's about where we are truly in our life. And so we learn so many life lessons being a health coach and walking alongside and working with others. And that's why, I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little impatient helping someone mix their pudding, or giving them recipe ideas for their, Parmesan puffs that they don't care for. And so it's silly, because it's just, that stuff is so easy. That stuff is the easy part. And really the work is in the transformation process, which truly has nothing to do with the food. So as we're looking at what it means to have a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances, it does come down to these 4 chairs. And so I'll encourage you, as I walk through this, to look at it from the perspective of not only, tonight we're going to talk about it, how it applies to your business as a health coach, and your journey in going from client to coach, and how you impact lives around you. But ultimately, this applies to every area really in our life. And so we're going to walk through these 4 chairs together. We propose that there are 4 stages of this process. The first chair being explore, moving into establish, then equip and engage. And we're going to walk through what each of those means. I can figure out how to turn there we go. Yes. Okay, so the first chair is explore, and that's where we inquire into or discuss in detail. Ultimately, that's a decision that's made. You're looking at a decision to make. Which way should I go? Which turn should I make? And I think that when we're looking at how to, hold on, I need to do something. Okay, I just heard some background noise, so I wanted to kick that off. So when we're looking at what way to turn, it's important that we get a lot of information. My husband always jokes with me, he's like, you're the information girl. You have to have all the information. I really wanted to remodel my kitchen, and I have to have all the information before I can even decide if I actually really want to remodel my kitchen. But of course, he knows in the process of getting information about remodeling my kitchen that I really now want to remodel my kitchen. And so he's always reluctant in the information stage. But it's important to explore, because sometimes we explore a decision that we want to make and the answer isn't what we ultimately thought. And having you been on the phone with a client who's interested about getting information, and you start talking about the habits of health, and they're like, oh no, I just wanted to eat the food. Like, well, are you interested in this for short term or for long term? And well, I just really want to go on a cruise. And it's fine, and we can help people who want to go on a cruise, but those aren't our ideal clients. Those are not the people that we really are looking to make lifelong impact on, because these are people who have a short-term mindset and a short-term goal. It doesn't mean it can't turn into something else, but these are people who are exploring what we have to offer, exploring our business opportunity. They're exploring how to achieve a healthy body. You might have a client who you start talking to who's just not happy with where they are in their body, but they don't necessarily need to lose weight. And so as you start to ask questions and inquire about what they are looking for and what they're currently doing, then we can begin to add value to them as a health coach, and what things we can help them with that really have nothing to do with our product. Because keeping in the forefront of our mind that we are health coaches. We walk alongside and guide people to optimal health. And sometimes that has to do with them becoming a health coach and coming on board, helping America get healthy. Sometimes it has to do with them needing to read The Habits of Health and really engage in what that looks like as people who are moving forward in their mindset. And hopefully you cannot hear my family in the background. I'm on a call. Sorry. That's and being in a house with 7 people. I should have went to a Shine tonight, but and so as we're exploring these things, sometimes somebody wanting to achieve a healthy body just has to do with the fact that they have to make some changes and change up some things. And so we utilize tools in helping them explore this phase of which way do I go. So as they make this go from being in the explore stage, we now take a look at the decision, which is established. They set up on a firm or permanent basis. And so when somebody goes from this chair of exploration to establish, a decision's been made. They're either in or they're out. They're either up or they're down. Things are black and white. They're typically not gray. And when they make this decision to sit in the yes, I want to achieve optimal health, yes, I'm in, this decision sometimes gets people stuck. And when they sit in this chair of being this established, sometimes will have people that will want to sign up for personal training, and I ultimately think it's because they really just want to tell people they have a personal trainer. So, or somebody who wants to have a health coach just to say they're working on their health, but really they're not putting everything into it. But it makes them feel better to take that step, that decision to make, to say, yes, I am working on my health. And it might just be one small step, and that is great. We want people to make small steps in the right direction. And it may not look like what we had originally anticipated from that first call. But ultimately in this chair, a decision has been made. So unless we move from this chair into the chairs 3 and 4, we typically don't end up seeing what we're looking for, which is duplication. And in duplication is really how Dr. Anderson designed our company. He designed it to be people who are just making a decision to get healthy and then linking arms with others who want to go with them. And it doesn't mean you're going to always find people who want to have giant businesses or people who are entrepreneurial and have full intentions to, be millionaires. Like, that's not really what we're in the business of. Sometimes that happens, and that's really exciting if it does, but ultimately we're looking to take people from making this decision to learning how to use our tools. So in the Equip chair, we're supplying with necessary tools for a particular purpose. And in our situation as health coaches, wow, do we have a ton of tools to use? Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. So if you imagine a tool belt and you have your health coach tool belt on, the main tools that we use are our Habits of Health text and workbook. We have our MetaFast meal replacements, our Optivia, our healthy fuelings, and we have our community of support. Those are our 3 main tools. But there are lots of other tools and simple systems that help us be great health coaches. They help us follow up. They help us move forward with a client who, as we're taking them through different client intake to being a potential health coach. And, there are these tools and these systems that are important to help us stay organized. And so even as a client is getting equipped, if we think about what that means for them, they now have tools to help them move forward in optimal health. And they may or may not pull those tools out of the tool belt. At least they're embarking on them, they're learning about them, and they have them. But sometimes we see that the clients are still stuck in chair number 2, and they're not technically utilizing these tools in order to be equipped to then move to the last chair, which is engage. And our goal is to be in this chair, not only as a health coach, but in life. And so as you see in this picture, people are linking arms together and coming together because they're moving into a position so to connect. And truly, when you make a connection and you engage in community, that's really where duplication happens. It's really from you shining your light in the world so that other people can be inspired to do the same thing. When you have something, if you have a gift that you're keeping to yourself and no one knows, no one's going to go do what you're doing because they don't know what you're doing. It takes living it out, living a lifestyle, and making an invitation to others to engage with us. So have you ever run into somebody who has done something that maybe they got tattooed eyebrows, or maybe they got a new handbag, or maybe they got a really great hairdo with their new little highlights and whatever. I know your guys are saying yes, highlights are what you're totally into. Or maybe you're out with the guys and they're talking about this amazing, new woodworking tool that nobody's heard of. So when those conversations come up, there's an excitement around it. And so you can't help but Google it and look it up and check it out on Amazon and research it and find out more about it to see if it's a good fit for you. So even in that instance, we go from explore to making a decision to using the tool to engaging, and the engaging process is in duplication. That is how marketing works, right? Referral marketing is the absolute best way to increase our reach. It is having other people inspire other people to do what we're doing. And we are only one person, and so we need to link arms with the rest of the world in order to get our message across, which is Dr. Anderson's heart and his vision for Optavia, essentially being the optimal way for us to be able to link arms together and to be a united front about our offering, so that other people can't help but want to know, what are these people doing? Whatever it is they're doing, I'm in. I want to be a part of this. And so it's infectious. And when we're living in a place of being infectious, people can't help but want to do it. And so that's ultimately what engaging is all about. And last week when we were on our team call, we had shared a little bit and taken some feedback and some questions, and came up with this analogy about being at a pool. And I kind of fleshed it out a little bit as I was thinking that we're invited to a pool party, right? And Joy has an amazing pool at her house. So I'm imagining this great pool party at Joy's house. And she invites all these people over. She sends out these invitations, and people are going to check it out. They're going to explore. They're going to decide if this is going to be worth their time. And I guarantee you, if you get invited to Joy's pool party, you want to go. So I'll make that easy for you. But they're going to explore to see if it's a good fit for them, right? If it fits in their schedule, if they can get a babysitter, whatever. Maybe they're just thinking if they have a bathing suit they want to wear. So that might be in the decision as well. But they make a decision. They move into chair number 2. They make a decision. And if that decision is yes, they're going to go to the party. So they show up at the party. They've got their tools. They're equipped, right? They're in chair number 3. They've got their bathing suit. They're bringing their dish to pass. They've got their sunglasses on and their sunscreen and their beverage of choice, and they're ready to party. Meanwhile, they see everyone at the party engaging. They're talking, they're in the pool swimming, they're having a hoop hollering time. And here you stand equipped with all your tools. And what are you going to do? Are you going to stand there all night? You can either choose to stand there, or you can leave, or you can make a decision to move into chair number 4 and engage in the party. So you being a part of what's going on is what makes the party. Watching from the outside, having all your tools, doesn't mean that you're having a good time. It doesn't engage with people and connect on a level that makes it worth going to the party. And so in the idea of health coaching, we've already been talking about, so once we're all in the pool having a good time, right? If we're all in the pool having a good time, people that are maybe in chair number 3, or maybe they're even in 2. Maybe they showed up with no tools, right? Maybe they showed up at the party. They forgot their bathing suit. They forgot their dish to pass, their beverage. They're really not equipped, but they're there. And at least they're there and they're watching what's going on in the pool. And they can't help but like not care that they didn't bring their bathing suit, and they're just going to get in the pool. Because they can't help but wanting to be a part of what's going on. And so this is what we want people to feel from us as health coaches is, regardless of the circumstances, are we providing something that they want to be a part of regardless of how they got there? So typically people go from chair number 1, I'll just go back to the beginning. They explore first, they're looking into it, they make a decision, they're equipped with tools, and they move into this place of engagement. And that's really where duplication happens. Unfortunately, as we talked about, too many people get stuck here. And without being equipped and engaging, if they go back here, I had a call with one of my health coaches today that has done great. She's like the stellar client. I asked if she could be on the call tonight, and she wasn't available, but she has been on, she was a lead and did so great on program and decided to become a health coach. She's a pharmacy student in Nashville, and I was just always so impressed by her level of maturity, just an amazing way to articulate herself. And we've been touching base back and forth. She's been at her goal weight for a while now. And she wrote me this email last night and said that she realized that she was stuck. She said, I listened to your call from last week about the chairs, and I realized that I wasn't necessarily even just in chair number 2. I was finding myself here again. And this is where I was 3 years ago. And I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in a place wondering what I'm supposed to do or what I even want to do. And so her saying that out loud, we ended up having a call tonight, and her saying that out loud helped move her here. And she said, I know, she's like, I've only gained a few pounds, but I struggle with this mental space every day around the motivation to be in a healthy place. And I know that unless I make a decision, get back with my tools, and I'm here linking arms, no one's going to want to do what I'm doing. No one, and she's not actively trying to grow her business. Her main reason is that her mom desperately needs to get healthy. And she knows if she's not living a life that's pursuing optimal health, it's not going to be attractive to her mother. And that's her why. And so she texted me tonight and said that she was ready, and she was thinking about starting after Labor Day, but after much thought, she's starting tomorrow. So here's her place of being established. She's made her choice. She's going to get back into her tools and ultimately engage. And so in closing, this is the goods, you guys. This is what we need in order to move forward in our life and kind of assess what chair are we in different stages of our life. In our business, maybe we look at it on our own health journey, as this coach did. She was looking at, man, not only am I going to apply this to my business, but I'm kind of looking at my own health journey, my own personal space around this. Where am I and where do I want to be? And I asked her this question on the call. Our call, I said, what do you think is most difficult, or what most has you concerned about making this decision to move forward? And she said, well, I feel like I'm often in a place of I'm busy, and it's just easier to make a bad choice. And once I make the bad choice, it's easier to keep making the bad choices. And I said, so maybe stop, challenge, choose is a good thing to apply here. And she's like, I've heard that before. I have heard that before. And she had this, all of a sudden she was back here. Like in that instant, she was like, I have the tool. I know what to do. And so that's why health coaching is so powerful, you guys. Isn't because we have all the answers, but because from the outside looking in, it's so much easier to apply the tools that we all know how to use. It's so much easier to hear it and make a suggestion so that somebody can go back into a place of engagement. And so I hope this empowers you all, not only for your own life, but in the lives of others as well as you're looking at your business. so that we can really empower others to link arms with us and move forward in this place of creating Optavia the optimal way for everyone in our life. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, Nicole. That was awesome. And nod your head if you thought it was, really awesome. And I love that, how it just so impacts our transformation. And, you mentioned being at the pool party. I love that analogy. And that one of the things we talked about is inviting someone in the pool to engage them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if people sit around, they've got their, they made the decision to show up. They got the bathing suit and the sunscreen, the towel, and their beverage. And then but they need to be invited to be engaged. Right? Mm-hmm. And oftentimes we don't invite our clients or our coaches to come more with us, come in the deep end.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask Joy, I'm going to unmute you, if you would share. I'm looking to see if I can unmute you here. Okay, manage. We talked a little bit about that, and Terry wasn't able to be on the call tonight, Joy, so I'm going to let you kind of share our discussion with him and some of the things that we talked about on our call around the pool analogy. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think Terry had just said that at one point he said, well, I'm just having trouble getting people to get in the pool, and I feel like I am going to try to push that, I need to push them in. And we're like, no pushing. Nobody likes to be pushed in the pool. So we just thought about, if we were in the pool and enjoying it and making it attractive and welcoming to other people, that we would offer a hand to help them get in the pool. Or maybe in my pool, there's some steps to get in down at the shallow end. So, maybe we take their hand and we say, come on, just take the steps and get in a little bit at a time. Certainly they don't have to jump in all at once, and they don't have to jump in at the deep end, but they just have to start taking some steps to get in. But we have to make it inviting enough and make them feel like, hey, this is fun. It's warm in here. It's a heated pool. It's great. So you need to come in and join the party. So, but I can kind of take my own self through this process as I became a health coach, and as my husband was the client, and then I started showing up at Shine because I wasn't getting the results I wanted from my own fitness where I was going. So I joined the personal training, the group training with Nicole, but then Susan and Terry, and they're all talking about all this health coaching stuff and their clients and how much fun they're having. And they were inviting, it was very inviting. I was always like, well, what's going on there over there? I feel like I want to be part of that. So it made it very attractive for me to want to do what they were doing or be a part of what they had, because it looked really amazing. And so that, I guess I just went through these chairs, the exploring, and then I moved, and it's kind of like went to convention, and I said, hey, I want to be in, and I got to convention, I got the tools, and then I had to make the decision, am I going to jump in the pool, or am I going to sit out here on the edge with my feet kind of dangling in the water and not really getting fully into it? And that's what all the difference was when I decided to get in. Mm-hmm. But then we also said, once we're in, we need to stay engaged ourselves. And we need to stay in that place where we're embraced what we're doing, and not get out of the pool and go now try to push people in the pool that aren't in. Don't get out of the pool. Stay in there, keep having fun, and then people will just naturally want to come and join us and be attracted to all the fun we're having.
Awesome. Thanks, Joy.
That was good. That was a good analogy, Joy. I love that. We do have to stay in the pool and keep enjoying ourselves, and not get, let our minds take us somewhere, that, what if there's a leaf that falls in the pool, or, what if the clouds come, or, we're still can have a good time. Even if it rains, we can have a good time. So Thanks for that. Well, thank you, Nicole. We're going to hop on the Optimal Health call. I just posted it on in Drop Weight, and it's in Team Palace. And I hope you guys can just tune in, put it on, background. And I know you can be with your families, but and there'll be a playback, I'm sure. So thank you. Yeah.
Hey, before we get off tonight, we have not had a chance yet to introduce Sandy's new health coach, Robin Canal, and she was able to make it on the call tonight. So I wanted to introduce her to everybody. And actually, I'm going to unmute both Sandy and Robin a second. Sandy, why don't you got about 1 minute. Go ahead and introduce Robin and congratulate her on her rank up.
I am so proud to introduce my friend Robin, who has grabbed a hold, and she was on program for 1 week, called me and said, I want to go to convention. Can I go? She got a ticket. There was a place in my bed, actually, so she stayed with us, and she is already senior coach, and she's rocking it all the way to the moon and back.
Yeah.
Love it.
Robin,
what are you most excited about being a health coach?
Well, it's so fun because I'm having my whole family's doing it. Well, they're one by one, they're all doing it, and my friends. So we are loving getting healthy together. So it's been amazing.
That's so great. Well, welcome to the team. We're excited to see all the lives you'll impact, Robin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Robin. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Sandy, for being the inspiration, walking inspiration to, for playing in the pool and attracting people to come in and have fun. And, when we have fun, we make a huge difference in the lives of others. So, there's just nothing better. And thank you for jumping in the pool with us. So thanks, Robin. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Nicole. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks, Joy. And we'll see you guys next week, where we'll celebrate our, more people. So good night.